Too many of us face a difficulty with respect to saving money. Why is it that we have so much of trouble saving? End of the month, there is never enough money in the bank account left. But then how are we going to plan our investments for our children's future, our own retirement as well? All these need investments that come from saving money. Now, how is it going to be possible if we don't save enough? Now, that's where the catch is. To save better, one needs to have a fundamental understanding of what one's needs are and what one's wants are. Now, needs are nothing but what is essential for survival and to thrive. Right? My basic necessities of life are food, clothing, and shelter. These are basic to my need. Wants are beyond the basic needs. It could be a nice mobile phone, a nice laptop. These are wants. Now, between needs and wants, one need to have savings. In the good old days, we were taught that earning minus spending is equal to saving. Now, that is such a wrong formula and wrong way to understand, my friends. What it meant was you earn monthly salary and whatever you spent, the balance remaining was savings. If you did this as a formula, you would never have enough money in your hands. The formula that you need to recreate, unlearn the old formula and relearn it as follows. Earning minus saving is equal to spending. So let's say you are earning ₹1,00,000 every month. Then you need to say, I want to save 30,000 rupees every month. So 1 lakh minus 30,000 is equal to 70,000. So you've got to figure out how you want to spend your money of 70,000 or how you live your life within that 70,000. That's really the way you have to reframe your mind if you want to create long-term wealth. I'm going to tell you a small story. This is about Marshmallow Experiment. And the Marshmallow Experiment was conducted way back in the 60s when a bunch of 5-year-old kids were invited into a room and given a small marshmallow, and they were said that they could eat it. It was theirs. But if they could hold on to their temptation and waited just a little longer, then they could have 2 of it. Now, saying this, the adult would leave that marshmallow on the table with that young kid and then walk out of the room only to return 5 minutes later. If at the end of 5 minutes, the marshmallow was still on the table, the kid will get 1 more marshmallow. That means 2 marshmallows in total. If that marshmallow had gone into the mouth of the toddler, then they didn't get 1 more. Now, this is an experiment that was done in the 60s to test children's willpower, their ability to withstand temptation. That was what it was. But interestingly, 20 years later, the same experimenters went back and checked on these kids. Now, in the original experiment, when it was done, 50% of all the kids actually immediately popped that marshmallow into their mouth. The other 50% somehow held on to their willpower with great difficulty, knowing that at the end of 5 minutes, they will get 1 more. Now, when the facilitators went back 20 years and checked on these kids, they discovered that those who originally held on to their willpower were doing much better on an average in life in terms of education, status of living, and so many other things, as compared to those who succumbed to early temptation when they were much smaller. The lesson, my friends, therefore, is that if you're able to withstand temptation and work just a little harder, success is that much more larger. So in this day of instant gratification, we urge you to experience delayed gratification. And that's one of the ways in which you can create long-term wealth. If you put your investments to work in the stock market for 1 year, you would get a certain return, and that return can be negative to a small positive. But if you give your investment 10 years time, believe me, you would have a very, very large corpus working for you. In anything in life, as long as you give it time, you will be able to generate a larger corpus. Therefore, it's important for all of us to identify what our needs are. Of course, we need to provide for our needs, but we need to also save before we get to our wants. And that's really the story. Steps to creating a savings habit. First up, create a simple budget of your income and what are your basic expenses that you need to provide for, and stick to it month on month, week on week. Second, the budget must have a saving element in it. However small as a percentage or a number, it doesn't matter, but there must be an aspect that you are willing to save every month, and you need to work to make that saving happen. The saving amount must be moved away from your bank account to another account. It can be an FD or it can be another bank account that you don't access very much, but start getting used to seeing less money in your savings account. Very, very, very important. Fourth, come what may, try and stick to this budget. At the end of each month, you must sit and review how your actual performance was vis-a-vis the budget. Make those course corrections, but do not deviate from this budget. Last but not the least, when you had a successful month, when you have saved as per plan and done even better, find a way to celebrate, reward yourself with a small reward. These small celebrations and reward go a long way in ensuring that you continue this habit of creating a budget and implementing it. And that, my friend, is a way in which you can create a great savings habit.